silent killer among men, prostate cancer. It is one of the most common forms of cancer, but it doesn't have to be deadly. And tonight, ABC Action News in-depth reporter Anthony Hill is looking into why many men don't get regular screenings. And he spoke today with a famous rock star about his deeply personal mission.
It's something that should be on every man's mind. According to the CDC, if you exclude non-melanoma skin cancer, prostate cancer is the most common cancer among men in the United States. In fact, 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during their lifetime.
What concerns me is that men may not advocate for themselves. And when you get to be 50 years old, you need to go get a blood test. You need to talk to your doctor.
And now, the push to make more men aware of the dangers of prostate cancer and the importance of regular screenings, especially if prostate cancer runs in your family, you're African American, or over the age of 50.
Men have to understand what are the risks and the benefits of screening, depending on their risk and how they see what is important to them.
Because I'm a prostate cancer survivor, my brother's a prostate cancer survivor, our father died of prostate cancer, so it's obviously something that's near and dear to our hearts.
I spoke with JJ French, the founder and lead guitarist of the heavy metal band Twisted Sister. They're most known for their hit 1984 song, We're Not Gonna Take It. Nowadays, JJ's focusing his energy on a national education campaign, also called We're Not Gonna Take It, to raise awareness about the importance of screening and early detection of prostate cancer. And this is important to him because he was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018.
I certainly didn't want to hear it, but I knew if it happened, what I was going to do and how I was going to deal with it because I prepped myself.
JJ told me it was hard talking about his diagnosis in the beginning.
And I didn't want to talk about it for the first year. But honestly, I just was like, maybe people think less of me or something. But after about a year, I went, this is stupid. I said, if you don't like me, then you're not going to not like me because I had prostate cancer.
And it turns out he's not the only man who struggles with talking about his health in public.
We don't feel like if we have a problem until we really have a problem.
Dr. Julio Pausan, a prostate cancer specialist with Moffitt Cancer Center, says men are less likely than women to talk about their health. He also says African American men especially need to take prostate cancer screenings seriously.
There's a disparity with African Americans having twice the incidence of cancer and being more likely to die because of the cancer.
And many in the medical field believe that black men are more likely to die from prostate cancer due to factors such as lack of health care, which results in fewer screenings, and distrust in the medical community. Ron Rook was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018, and he turned that negative into a positive by starting a prostate cancer support group in the Bay Area with people he went through treatment with.
You have a bonding when you're going through that stress for 9 weeks. You don't know what's going to happen to you. So you kind of open up to each other and you tell them things you would never tell anybody.
There's about 12 people in the group, and they try to meet every 3 months.
We go to a restaurant one time. This shall we go to somebody's house.
They had to stop meeting during the pandemic, but Ron told me they plan on meeting up soon to continue their lifelong friendship, forged over them all beating prostate cancer together. As for JJ, music will always be his first love, but he also has a passion for getting the word out about prostate cancer in order to save as many people's lives as possible.
And if I could be a spokesperson and say, guys, get on with it, learn about it, advocate for yourself, talk about it, then I've done my job. And
I've posted more information on our website about prostate cancer and how you can go about getting a screening. Just head over to abcactionnews.com. In Tampa, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.